January 30th, 1933, a torchlight parade through the streets of Berlin declared to the world that Adolf Hitler had become Chancellor of Germany. After many attempts to gain control of the country's Depression-era government, Hitler had finally succeeded. His National Socialist Party, the Nazis, had legally formed a coalition government with the Conservatives after a month of secret meetings. The Conservatives, led by former Chancellor Franz von Papen, believed they would be able to moderate Hitler's extremism. They would find out how wrong they were. Nazism and fascism would soon rule Germany. Businessmen, right-wing politicians, and former army officers put Hitler into power in hopes of stabilizing Germany and destroying the growing Communist Party. Hitler was to share power with German President Paul von Hindenburg. The 85-year-old Hindenburg was the only man standing between Hitler and total control. Large crowds greeted the columns of Hitler's stormtroopers as they marched through the streets. President von Hindenburg and Hitler came to windows in the Chancellery to receive the salutes of the cheering crowd below. Who could have imagined that Hitler, who was born the son of a customs official in Austria, would become the absolute ruler of millions? After being rejected from art school in Vienna, Hitler moved to Germany and fought in World War I. He was decorated for bravery and was never promoted above corporal. After the war, he became involved in the German Workers' Party, which he helped transform into the National Socialist German Workers' Party, and finally, the Nazi Party. After failing to take control of Bavaria's government in the uprising known as the Beer Hall Push, Hitler went to prison. In prison, Hitler wrote Mein Kampf, the book that would become the blueprint for his rise to power. Hitler wasted no time as Chancellor. He began to expand his power immediately. In his first month, Hitler curtailed the power of the press and freedom of speech. When weeks later an arson fire destroyed the Reichstag, Germany's parliamentary chamber, Hitler blamed the communists and used the fire as an excuse to ban the Communist Party. The Reichstag's destruction symbolically ended German democracy. Hitler was on his way to absolute power. On March 24, 1933, German democracy was legally ended when a special meeting of the Reichstag Parliament gave Hitler the right to legislate on matters of finance, foreign affairs, and the Constitution. Hitler addressed the members before accepting the new powers. The Nazi Party became the only party in Germany. Hitler used his new powers to begin one of his darkest missions, the persecution of the Jews. The property, businesses, and homes of German Jews were seized and destroyed. And with the announcement that Jews were being sent to work camps, protests began in the West. Hitler's persecution of racial minorities and the suspension of personal freedoms started an exodus out of Germany. People of all persuasions left, including Nobel laureate Albert Einstein.
Without such freedom, there would have been no Shakespeare, no Goethe, no Newton.
Hitler's control of Germany was absolute, but his desires for conquest did not end at the German border. In violation of the World War I treaties of Versailles and Locarno, Hitler rebuilt Germany's military and began to annex lands that he claimed were part of the Greater Germany. Europe's passive response to Nazi aggression encouraged Hitler to continue his empire building. The whole world would soon pay the price.